culture has its own feeling. Sometimes it's in the music, sometimes it's in the food, and sometimes it's in the little traditions that bring people together. Vietnamese culture is one of those cultures that feels so full of life everywhere you look. From colorful celebrations and traditional clothing to incredible food and strong family traditions. And today, I want to take you guys with me to experience some of that firsthand. We're going to explore traditional Vietnamese fashion, cook a traditional meal, and walk around local Asian markets in St. Paul to see how Vietnamese culture continues to connect people and communities today. So let's see what makes Vietnamese culture so unique. One of the most recognizable parts of Vietnamese culture is the áo dài. The áo dài is a traditional Vietnamese outfit often worn during weddings, holidays, festivals, performances, and school events. It's one of those things that instantly connects to Vietnamese identity. It has a long flowing tunic over loose pants, and it's designed to look elegant while still being comfortable and practical to wear. What's really interesting is that colors and patterns can carry meaning too, depending on the occasion. So it's not just fashion, it's symbolic too. The Smithsonian Center for Folklife and Cultural Heritage explains that the áo dài became an important symbol of Vietnamese cultural identity and pride. Even today, younger generations still wear traditional clothing during celebrations because it helps them stay connected to their culture and heritage. And I think it's really cool how you can still see traditional fashion in modern spaces like festivals, school events, and social media, showing how culture doesn't disappear, it evolves. I'm at Chuang Her, a local Asian market in St. Paul right now, picking up ingredients to make Vietnamese egg roll, which is a really popular dish often served during family meals, celebrations, and gatherings.
Just walking through here already shows how important food is in Asian culture. There's so many ingredients, herbs, noodles, sausage, and wrappers that all tie back to traditional Asian culture. Right now, I'm grabbing rice paper wrappers and ingredients for the filling like vegetables, noodles, and meat. What makes Vietnamese food so unique is the idea of balance. Instead of one flavor taking over, you usually get the mix of savory, fresh, and salty, sometimes even sweet flavors all together.
Now I'm picking up fresh herbs and dipping sauce ingredients because those are important for adding extra flavor to the egg rolls. Food in Vietnamese culture is not just something people eat. It's connected to family, tradition, and shared experiences. Meals are usually eaten together, and cooking is often passed down through generations. National Geographic explains that Vietnamese cuisine often focuses on fresh herbs, the balance of flavors, and shared meals that connect both families and communities. I've got everything I need, so now it's time to actually cook the egg rolls. This is where everything comes together. Making Vietnamese egg rolls takes a lot of preparation because each roll is carefully wrapped before cooking. Even though they might seem simple, a lot of care goes into making them. The Vietnam National Administration of Tourism explains that food plays a major role in Vietnamese culture, especially during family gatherings and celebrations. Watching them cook and turn golden brown really shows how food can bring family and tradition together. After seeing how Vietnamese culture shows up in everyday places like our local Asian markets, it's also important to look at the bigger celebrations that bring everything together. One of the most important celebrations in Vietnamese culture is Tet, which is the Lunar New Year. It represents new beginnings, family, honoring ancestors, and starting the year fresh. During Tet, homes are decorated with flowers, especially with peach blossoms and yellow apricot flowers. People wear bright colors like red and gold because they symbolize luck and happiness. Families usually gather together, visit relatives, and spend time together. It's really centered around connections and family traditions. According to the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism, Tet is considered the most important holiday in Vietnamese culture because it focuses on family, respect, and renewal. What's really interesting is that Vietnamese culture doesn't only exist in Vietnam. It continues wherever Vietnamese communities are, through food, celebrations, and traditions. Even in places like Minnesota, you can still see cultural events, restaurants, and markets that help keep those traditions alive and shared with new generations. It shows that culture isn't something that stays in one place. It moves with people and grows over time. Vietnamese culture is much more than just food or clothing. It's built on meaning, tradition, and connection between people. From áo dài clothing to egg rolls to celebrations like that, every part of the culture has a deeper story behind it. What stood out most is how culture continues to grow everywhere, from homes to food to communities all across the world. Hopefully, this gave you a new perspective on Vietnamese culture and maybe even made you curious to experience it yourself. Thank you for coming along with me today. Cảm ơn!